should know. I have never really liked you at all. I cannot hide it anymore. I've been thinking about the future, trying to forget about the past. So many ways that I could change for the better.
This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
Hey y'all, it's so good to see you this Sunday. Fun day. Let me say hey to y'all. Hey Hio, Bad Girl, Cara, Screaming Daisies, Allie X, Annette, Indie Girl, Edith, Hunter's Moon, Jennifer, Screaming Daisies. I don't know if I think I said you. Pisces, good to see you. Pamela, good to see you. Spinster, good to see y'all. Cara, Hio. I know there's more people that I missed that are at the top. I saw Black Knight. Good to see you. Good to see you. Carolina, good to see you. If I missed you, let me know. I'll shout you out. So we're going to talk about Sebastian today, and we're going to talk about, hey, Jennifer, about the memorial for Maddie. I was able to pull some of that. Hey, Jenny Jen. I do not talk about this case because there is so much drama around it. I'm going to ask you to please be respectful of everybody's opinions. I don't want to talk about the parents. I don't want to talk about who you think did it. I don't want to talk about how you feel this way and that way about the parents and the situation and all that. What we're discussing is the new evidence. I don't need to know what your thoughts are on Seth and Tony and the Lore Lodge, and I don't need to know what your thoughts are on Chris and Katie and SF Investigates, even though I'm pulling some footage from SF Investigates. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the new footage because I feel it's very prevalent. I think there's evidence in here that is going to be useful personally. Now, this video that I'm going to play, the first one, well, I think this is might be the only video of the footage that I play. It's from J for Justice podcast. If she hears this, I've tried to reach you on several platforms and I can't reach you to ask your permission. So hopefully she won't get mad. She is the link pinned at the top of the comment box, and sorry, hold on. She is pinned at the top of the comment box and she is linked in the description. If you have not subscribed to her, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. So we're going to look at this. We're going to look at what SF Investigate said about it. We're going to pull what the news said about it. I feel like I'm using this video because she did a daytime overlay, which makes it a little bit easier.
So the article, let me read the article to you.
And understand. She might read the article in this. I'm not sure. But I think she does a layout of the neighborhood in this video as well. So again, please give her a like and subscribe. This video is pinned at the top if you guys want to watch it by yourself and see what you see. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Again, this is J is for Justice. She's pinned at the top of the chat box and in the description box. Please go give her a like and subscribe. Thank you so much.
It says here that a private investigator hired by Chris and Katie Proudfoot says a new video.
Okay, I'm going to take closed captions off because she's got them in her video, and I'm going to start over. She's going to read the article. Hopefully this is the one with the daytime breakdown. We're going to read the article as well.
So the article, let me read the article to you. It says here that a private investigator hired by Chris and Katie Proudfoot says a new video can help break the case in the continued search for Sebastian Rogers. The teen with autism went missing from his mother's Hendersonville home on February 26, 2024, and hasn't been seen since. He was last seen on Stafford Court in Hendersonville. Now, Steve.
So a day after Maddie went missing is when Sebastian went missing, and we have nothing. It's like he vanished into thin air.
Fisher says he's focusing on a new video that could be a break in the search for the missing teen. Fisher said that in the video, if you look closely, there is a person in dark clothing in Sebastian's neighborhood at 12:17 a.m. on the night he disappeared. He says that person appears to hide behind a car when someone walks a dog nearby, and then the person takes off in the opposite direction. Fisher talked about the significance of this video that the public hasn't seen until now. So what we found, he said, we went through over 100 hours of surveillance. There wasn't until the third pass through the surveillance that we even spotted this person. And there's a person at 12:17 a.m. in the same neighborhood.
Okay, so we know Sebastian Rogers went missing that night. the story is that Katie was reading a book, I do believe, and then laid down after she got off the phone with Chris. And then sometime between, I can't remember what time she said she laid down, 10, 11, or 12. Sometime after that, between that time and about 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning, Sebastian Rogers basically vanished into thin air. So my feeling is, if you got somebody walking around the neighborhood in the clothing that he was last described as wearing, which was black Adidas pants and a black shirt, and you got somebody walking around the neighborhood at 12:17 a.m., I mean, and we don't know where he's at. We don't know what's happened. I really feel like it could be him. And so I really want to talk about this video and see what you guys think. Hey, Ravana? Ravana, is that how you say your name? Thomas, good to see you. Ravana, it's good to see you, love. Jennifer, good to see you. Okay. Thomas said he went missing the day before Maddie. I thought, okay, so she said the 26th. It was the 25th or the 26th. Maddie, was deceased on the 25th and missing on the 26th? I do believe. I'll double check it.
It appears that they're trying to stay out of sight of another person that's walking their dog and then doubles back after. It's clear and goes back towards the construction zone where it was believed that he may have been. It's very hard to see because the person's wearing all dark clothing, which is believed Sebastian was wearing. Fisher said that the person in the video appears to be a thinner person, making it hard to see them. What we would like to know is if this person is accounted for. Does law enforcement know who this individual is?
That's what I want to know. The missing child alert for Madeline says 2/26/24. Let me pull up Sebastian's. Actually, I need to do that on here just in case because he hasn't been found. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'll do this one. Hold on. Nope, we won't do that one because it's a news article.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Peekaboo. Hey, so yeah, they changed the date on the flyer like a couple of days ago, but I don't want to get lost in the weeds in it. It's not particularly anything that we can do to change. Like, there's nothing that we can do about that. A year later, TBI did come out and change the flyer from one date to the other date.
To the 25th. So that would be technically that would be, see, I'm thinking the 25th because that was the day we figured out that Madeline had died. That's why I'm thinking the 25th. It was, hers said the 26th. And while this one does say the 26th, I do remember that they did change it to the 25th. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's just, I know it's important to some of the creators because of whatever, things that they're following, but for what you're doing today, for the awareness for Sebastian, it's not real. It is important overall, but it's not important to your stream today.
Right. So I'm going to share this. You have 3 pictures of Sebastian right here. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Okay, good. Hold on. Hold on just a minute. Okay. This
Cheech,
is the
I've seen you say it twice. I said we understand that. You stop. We understand. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you, Cheech, and I appreciate you being here. Sylvia, I'm sorry. Sylvie, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry that I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. I'll slow down. This is the National Amber Alert for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. It says last seen on February 26, 2024. They have changed it to the 25th. In Sumner County, Tennessee, wearing a black t-shirt and black sweatpants and wearing glasses. He's actually wearing black Adidas pants. I can pull up the proof of that if I need to. If you see him, please contact your local FBI office, or if you have information, call 911. And here's the number, 865-544-0751. That is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. If you think you see him or have seen him, please call your local police department. and keep your eyes open for him. Okay. Sorry. I was reading what y'all said. Hey, Lena. Hey, everybody. Hey, Beach Bum. Hey, everybody following the case closely. Okay, so I'm going to back this up just a little bit so we can understand where we're at.
Fisher said that the person in the video appears to be a thinner person, making it hard to see them. What we would like to know is if this person is accounted for. Does law enforcement know who this individual is? Do they even know about the person in the video? And if they do, have they accounted for who that is? He told WSMV4 that the TBI has a copy of the video. After requesting comment, the TBI referred WSMV4 to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office was contacted for comment. Presently, there is an active Amber Alert for Sebastian. Hundreds of hours have poured into finding him, including ground searches, drone mapping, and use of scent dogs and scouring surveillance video. So what's next? Fisher tells WSMV4 that waterways will be searched using underwater remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, with high-definition cameras. Take a look here. Let's play this video.
Okay, so we're going to read through the articles, and I've got what Steve Fisher posted on X. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to look at the articles that I have been able to pull on this. Beach Bum, this is a new video showing footage of somebody walking around the neighborhood at 12:17 a.m. where Sebastian went missing. Hey, Bazard, good to see you. Bazard says, so with the Rogers case, the authorities certainly seem to have a prevailing theory or theories. Because even with this case, it's sus how a child who, with his levels of autism, would disappear like then into thin air. Yeah, he has autism, but they said he was high functioning. I don't think it's I think it's relevant, but not to the extent. I think he was pretty much normal. I don't think personally that it would impair his ability to come back home, to let people around him who are trying to take him back home. Personally, that's just me as my personal opinion. Hey, Corey.
Video for a second. See what we got. Can you guys see it okay? I mean, obviously it's the full screen, but let me know if you've hit that like button too.
So where the mouse is kind of where the person is going to be over by this house over here. They're going to go from where this Jeep is kind of back and forth here.
All right, so check this out. Look over. I'm going to get my drawing tool. You can see the cursor, right? Hey, Sailor. Welcome in. Hey, Jammers.
I wanted the one.
Hold on.
I should have looked at her videos. I need to find the one where she shows the layout of the neighborhood. Okay, so we'll watch this, and I'll try to pull that.
See right there? Did you guys see that? Okay, watch really carefully. Up by that house there with the light on.
So they run across real quick.
Hey, Canvas. Hey, True Crime and Celebrity News. Hey, Snowflake. Hey, Paul Cremo. Good to see you. Hey, Spoil Rotten. Hey, Rebel. Yeah, just keep watching. I'm just letting it play.
Watch where this light is right
See
here.
right there? Did you see that person right there? Watch again. Keep your eye on that in front of that house with the light on. Did you see him run?
So did y'all see it run across real quick? Now, I question, they appear to be wearing black, but would we be able to tell if they were wearing something different with it being nighttime?
Keep your eye on that in front of that house with the light on. Did you see him run across? Did you see that shit?
So again, I'm going to play it again. Just look at where the house and the light is on. You see him run across real quick. It's real quick.
Again. Keep your eye on that in front of that house with the light on. Did you see him run across?
Did y'all see that? It's probably going to play it again.
Did you see that shit? Wow. All right, let me slow it down. I'm going to slow that down to half speed. Now watch. See if you see that person run across. It's not the Proudfoot home. This is from Kellen Lane. This is by the construction site. This is right next door to Binocular Bobby.
Hold on a minute.
You can see it? Okay, keep watching. Yeah, they're running, right? See, did you see that too? See that again? Watch. Watch right here. Right there. They're like right in the between. See this vehicle? That's a Jeep. Yeah, this is Bobby's house. Like this Jeep is parked in front of Bobby's house. This is Kellen Lane, right in front of Bobby. Like this is Bobby's next door neighbor. The Jeep is parked in front of Bobby's. Yep.
So she pulls up a video. Maybe Hio, I don't know if you could find it or one of my mods can find it. But she pulls up a video where she shows the layout of the neighborhood, and she shows Binocular Bobby's house. If you guys don't know who Binocular Bobby is, I'll pull up an interview. She's a neighbor that did an interview with JLR. I'm going to see what y'all are saying. So, yeah, Anna said, if you watch the Laura Lodge, Seth Rogers mentioned Sebastian was able to play and understand Dungeons and Dragons. And yes, that did happen. He did see that. I mean, he did say that. And I can't even completely understand Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry about the loud noise. I don't even know how to play that game. So again, that tells me the fact that he was able to play Dungeons and Dragons and things like that tells me that he's not so autistic that he couldn't, you know, realize that he was kidnapped or make his way back home and things like that. Nobody is, well, I think everybody is considered suspects in the case. Nobody's been cleared necessarily, but I don't think that the police, as far as we know, are looking at anybody as far as what's been released by the police. Anna says Sebastian knew better than to jump in the car with a stranger. Right. Yeah. And I just want y'all to understand that we have to be very careful, because there's a lot of drama that surrounds this case. And I'm basically just trying to break down this video right now. I don't want to talk about a bunch of the drama and things like, because we're not about drama. Lena said he was getting his small dog. It was 12/17. I haven't heard that. I would love to know where you found that information. Spinster said, I think this could be Sebastian. He was known to hide under cars in his neighborhood. I heard that he did that once. Yep, and chess too. AliX, yep. He played chess. Hey, Scratch the Paint. Good to see you. Doc Bones, good to see you. Rachel, good to see you. Rachel said, sadly, I don't think this actually means anything. I believe that they spoke to this person. There really is no info. He's just gone. So the police say it does not hold relevance, but I don't understand how it couldn't when you see that. I'm going to play the video.
You can see it, Gold Dust? Okay, keep looking. I'm playing it again. We're not done with it yet. Yeah, you can see them walk across there, and then they run back past. I don't think there's any sidewalks in there. Hey, I'm a Puffin Muffin.
Okay.
Yeah, her son has a Jeep, and so does his girlfriend, Autumn, the one that gave Sebastian his certificate. I'll show you I'll show you the angle in a second.
Okay, so I'm going to, hopefully she doesn't get mad. Again, she's linked in the comment section. I want to play her live where she goes over this. So we're going to do that. Let's see. These are her videos. This is her hard work. So please go give her a like and subscribe. She's pinned at the top of the comment section and she's linked in the description box. Please go give her a like and subscribe. I want to talk about the maps where she maps it out. It's this one. It is, you know,
over 100 hours of surveillance.
so this is the part I think she broke down into the video. I'll start it. I think this is the part she like clipped out for the video we just watched. So we'll watch this, and then she shows us a map of the area and talks about the people and things like that. That's what I'm interested in. Orange Rose said, it's crazy to think with cameras everywhere, phones and etc., people can still disappear. It is. Hey, Content Angel, good to see you. And it really upsets me because the FBI and the CIA and the Secret Intelligence Agency, all of the people have ways they could tell me if I've got a pimple on the back of my neck under my hairline, right? But you can't tell me where this child went. You have nothing to tell me about that. I'm furious about it. And all the other children that are in the videos that I play at the beginning of my lives, you can't tell me where any of them went, but you can tell me if you know, the person that lives on 123 Donut Street in Israel is taking a poop right now. Like, please give me a break. I want these children found. I wish they would make a sector of the FBI where they put all of the sources they have into finding these children, because there's no way with the technology we have today that someone can disappear into thin air, in my opinion. Again, this is J for Justice podcast. I don't know why there's no volume. Hold on. Let me see.
See this vehicle? That's a Jeep.
So this is J for Justice podcast, and she's linked in the comment section and in the description box. Please give her a like and subscribe.
Yeah, this is Bobby's house. Like, this Jeep is parked in front of Bobby's house. This is Kellen Lane, right in front of Bobby. Like, this is Bobby's next door neighbor.
Lena said a very small dog. Info is on Mob Crew, who studies this video in detail. Okay, thank you for that. I love the way that Mob Crew will do the overlays and things. I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but I do appreciate a lot of the overlays he does. He has a mind that can break down this stuff. I saw some of the things that he did in this case, and it was pretty interesting to me because, again, like has been done in this video, I like to see where you put the daytime, what it looks like, and then show me over the nighttime video so I can see it better and all of that. I'll definitely have to check that video out. Thank you for that. Hey, Teresa, good to see you.
The Jeep is parked in front of Bobby's. Yep. You can see it, Gold Dust. Okay, keep looking. I'm playing it again. We're not done with it yet. Yeah, you can see them walk across there and then they run back past. I don't think there's any.
So you think that it was legitimately just somebody going to get a dog? I think I wonder. Oh, I made it full screen. I wonder if it's Sebastian. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's Bobby's children. I wonder if it's Sebastian. Like, I don't know. I suppose it could be a dog running, and it could hold no relevance as far as the case. But it's really hard for me to believe that on the night that a child went missing, around the time period that he might have went missing, you see somebody run across in the same exact clothing he was wearing, and it holds no relevance.
Any sidewalks in there? Hey, I'm a Puffin Muffin.
Oh, really, Teresa?
Yeah, her son has a Jeep, and so does his girlfriend,
Hey, Bella.
Autumn, the one that gave Sebastian his certificate. I'll show you I'll show you the angle in a second.
Thomas said, Jen from Break the Case said this video was debunked. Okay, I've never heard of that person. I'll have to check them out. Yeah, y'all let me know what your theories are on this video, not on the parents and all of that, just on this video, because I don't understand how it could hold no relevance at all. Like, I'm really just, I don't know. I mean, I suppose if it's just somebody getting their dog, I could see it, but it breaks my heart because I really want this child found. Hey, Stoic.
Harley Ryder, there was a video that showed the dogs paused in Bobby's backyard. Yep, you're right.
I agree, Stoic.
You're right.
I agree.
Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, Teresa, my email is allegedly speculating@gmail.com.
And let's play this part again. All right, watch closely. Like, keep your eye on that light, right? You just saw them go by once. Right here. Watch. Keep your eye on that house light. The porch light of that house. If you're just joining, this is the house next door to Binocular Bobby. There's a person in black.
Here's not feeling good, so if y'all could say a prayer for her, I would really appreciate it. Pamela says, seems to me they were moving too fast for a dog walking. Yeah, well, supposedly the person runs out and hides, appears to hide, from what I've heard, appears to hide from somebody else that was walking a dog. But again, I mean, who's walking the dog at 12:17 in the morning either? That's kind of suspicious to me. And then appears to dart back across the yard. So I don't know. Oh, Coffin Dopper. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Close. Running around over here. There's supposedly a guy walking his dog as well. Do I think it could have been one of Bobby's sons? I don't know. Like, that's his girlfriend's car, or maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. I just read that, Angie B. Hi, Sherry. We have a birthday in the house. We have to celebrate right quick. Oh, Flo. I can't express to you how grateful I am to have you in our community. You're such a special part of it.
Aw.
I can't even tell you how.
All right, we're going to jump to the map of the neighborhood. So you kind of understand where this
Let's
is.
go down to Kellen.
Really?
Drop our little guy here.
Hey, Cajun.
Okay.
Abella said, I walk my dogs at all hours. I don't sleep well, so strategize and do all kinds of stuff at night. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better about the person walking the dog. Lena said, I heard the same person walks the dog about the same time each day. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe they work like a first or second shift job or something. Rachel said, I personally believe SF investigates, and he says it's not relevant. If you have the pup, they need to go out frequently. Yeah, I did screenshot what SF investigates said about it, and so we'll talk about that in just a minute.
Okay, I have a question then. I have a question.
So,
okay, hold on.
Right here.
Yeah.
And I've asked the question in chat a couple of times. Thomas said that it was debunked. What was debunked? Because all I heard was that it was just some people at night and there's a dog and some people. Like, I didn't hear anybody saying it was specifically Sebastian. I didn't hear anybody say it was specifically Bobby's kid. So I just want to know, I'm asking somebody to tell me what it was that was debunked. Like, I understand if they're saying it has no relevance, like it has no police relevance because they've had it within 72 hours. But what about the video is debunked?
I think that's what they mean, that it has no relevance. I think that's what what they meant by debunked.
Okay, so nobody was accusing it of being Sebastian or any malevolent things happening. It was just, there's a video 72 hours after that was found, 72 hours after Sebastian went missing on a ring cam. And they're just trying to figure out whether it has any relevance to Sebastian's case. And they're saying it's debunked. It does not have anything to do with Sebastian's case. Is
right.
What Jennifer Coffindoffer saying. Okay.
Well, I
That was
mean, I
my
don't know if that's what
I'm
she
walking
says.
it through. I'm like trying to figure it out in my head. Like we're saying it's debunked. I'm like, what is debunked about it? What does it mean? Tell me what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what specifically Jennifer Coffendopper said about it, but I do know, I think that's what they mean. And I do know that SF Investigate said it doesn't hold relevance, or the police are saying it doesn't hold relevance. Me personally, I don't understand how it can't, because I mean, it looks
Well, I mean, if
sus
it's
to
literally
me.
just a boy walking a dog in the middle of the night, I mean, I have trouble sleeping at night. Like Abella says, I go and I'll go and walk my dogs 2 or 3 times over the nights. My husband and my son are both overnight workers.
Yeah.
What did I say? I didn't say it wasn't him. What do you mean?
Okay.
Sandra said it wasn't him. What does that mean?
No. I don't, or somebody might have said it wasn't him. I don't know.
No, I think Thomas is responding to me. So she said it wasn't him. I get what you're saying. Okay. Well, what I was asking is, or what I was saying is, my husband and my son both work in neighborhoods like this, like overnight. They drive in neighborhoods and throw papers overnight, and both of them do it 2 separate cars. And I guarantee you there's no night of the week that they don't slow down for people that are walking dogs at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. There's just so I mean, I don't know. I think walking dogs overnight is a lot more common. Plus, during the summertime months when it's warm, people will go and they'll start their exercise routine early. So there are neighborhoods that get like a group of women or group of men that go around to walk with each other overnights. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not uncommon for people to be out in nice neighborhoods overnight, I don't think.
Yeah. It's hard for me because I suppose I want it to hold relevance so bad that I want it to be legitimate and be something, but that's just my personal feeling. Like I want it so badly to be more, and I want them so badly to find him,
Oh, I do too.
that I
do too.
think that I'm putting more into it than there is actually there.
Well, just when somebody says it's debunked, I was just trying to understand. Are we saying it's debunked because this is like a made up video, like the kind of like the lights video where we had 75 overlays and we weren't sure what it was, or is this debunked as in it doesn't have any relevance to Sebastian's case? So I think I understand now. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Carolina said, I think what it means is that TBI's looked at this video and had it in their possession and aren't relating it to anything important to Sebastian Rogers' missing persons case, right?
Understood. I appreciate that. Thank you, Thomas, as well.
And
Giraffes.
Yes, thank you guys. And this again is Jay for Justice podcast. She's gonna show us kind of in the neighborhood where it's at. We'll watch the video again, and then I'm gonna go through what the news and SF has said about it, and then we'll talk about Maddie's memorial.
Is the house that we're getting the camera footage from. This one right here. Okay. See the white post we're seeing off their front porch right here? Can you guys see that or no? Right here. Okay. So this is the house with the cameras. Wait, what?
Making it happen.
SF said on your panel that, oh, he did? NFT, welcome to the Clicker Club. Thank you for joining today, NFT. Beautiful picture.
I'm going to speed her up a little bit. Oh,
she's the only neighbor that won't speak to SF. How did I not catch that? Yes, remember we're joking because Bobby was trying to have roundtables telling everyone, oh, yeah. When they sat at the, yeah. I do. I have goosebumps. Put a 1 in chat if you have goosebumps. Okay, so this is where the footage is coming from.
Okay.
This is Bobby's house that's blurred out. Okay. The Jeep thing is parked right here. Right in here. Okay. So if we go to the end of this dude's driveway with the cameras, right, and we're looking over this away, right? Somehow like that. If we're on his porch, we're looking across Kellen. Bobby's front yard. And like, I think it's like diagonal across Kellen. Hey, UA. Yay, it's Friday, Nicole G. How's my scratcher, girl?
So when you saw that, I hope it gives you a little bit of a better idea of like where the camera footage is. I'm going to keep playing it so we can get more of an idea of where these people are located, and we'll play the video again. Bobby is a neighbor that came forward and said she has children that would, I don't know if they would play. She has children that live in the neighborhood.
She's not a direct neighbor either, though. I think she's like down the street or 2 streets back or something of the case. I'm like, this is Kellen Lane. They live on Stafford Court. Am I not correct on that?
Yes,
Okay.
they do. And her children supposedly helped search for Sebastian in the morning hours of when he went missing, when he was first reported missing.
Thank you for making it happen.
He said that on the lodge. Could be. Olivia, especially since she talks to everyone and their brother. Yeah, she followed around the searchers door to door that day. Yep. 2-year-olds. Remember, Bobby said her son drove his Jeep to the pond in the retention pond? Yep. Because she wanted to, her kid got the 4-wheeler stuck in the retention pond.
So this kind of gives you an idea of who Binocular Bobby is. Rachel, I'm sorry.
Craziness, huh? So this is black-haired chick. No one thinks they're going to solve the case. We're discussing it. If you don't want to discuss it, move on. You don't need to come in here and act like a weirdo. God.
And I really appreciate you guys being so awesome in chat, because there's so much drama involved in this case. She had to say something like that on her stream. And so I really appreciate you guys for being so respectful and keeping the drama out of it. I really do appreciate that.
Okay. I think there's a Diddy update out or something. Why don't you go watch that? Flo giving gifts on her birthday. This woman is always paying it forward. Give Flo an extra special thank you. Thank you so much, Flo. Shaking the bushes.
Thank you.
Welcome, new members.
Thomas, I do believe it was SF Investigates who put it out, and he's working with the Proudfoots, I do believe. I don't know if he works necessarily for them. Again, I have to tiptoe on how I say things. But I am going to go over, after we watch this in the video one more time, I'm going to go over what he said about it and what the news has said about the video. Because that's going to explain more of how it got put out, why it got put out, and all of that. Who put it out, all of that.
Anna got one. Lee, Crimson Tide, Misfit Cooter, Swamp. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
You say this way, just like me, this away. I used to get teased about it. I didn't even notice I said that, did I? We go this away. That is kind of funny. Okay, so anyways, I think that's the way we're looking, is across Bobby's yard and across Kellen. If I had to guess. Well, there was St. Margaret, but it didn't lead them to Sebastian, right? Aurora, Jay. So it looks like this person is going towards the construction area. We're Max on the video. Yes. You know, Casey, you never get picked.
So it looks like the person in the video goes towards the construction area. And that's one place where I think they said he might have been. I sped it up, so we should start moving now.
Yeah, expired. What do you mean? Oh, your membership. Well, there you go. You got gifted, girl. I've always had that on my mind. She seems hell-bent on making it known her kids were out walking all over with LE, but was that to cover for their previous sense? Damn, right? Okay, so here's that other video. Let's pull this one up. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm spot on with where this, I mean, I know this is where the cameras are coming from, but I'm assuming that's what we're seeing is across Kellen, right? Can we agree on that? Why isn't TBI releasing this? I don't know. He said they have a copy of it, so they have it. But he said it took 3 times. Oh my gosh, thank you, Canvas. 5 more clicker ships coming in hot.
Now, I'll tell you, I personally, I believe there's more to the lights video. I know that not everybody feels that way, but I do. And I feel like there's more to this video. TBI can say it has no relevance, but like if something accidentally got leaked, I don't think they would say, well, yeah, that could be a breaking video for the case. Like That's just me speculating, allegedly, that it has more relevance than they're going to let on. Because, I mean, again, if you've got a video that shows, let's say it like this. If you had a video that showed Gacy committing, actually digging in in the area under his house and burying a body, and it accidentally got released before you arrested Gacy, John Wayne Gacy, like, you would have to say, oh, it has no relevance, because then that's going to make the person in the video think, oh, well, they aren't on to me. They haven't even they just said it has no relevance. So I've got nothing to worry about. And they're going to continue on without being freaking out and paranoid and start destroying evidence or whatever it is before the police can actually get enough to go and arrest them. That's just my thoughts on that. I mean, I think it could hold relevance, but the police aren't going to say if it does, and it absolutely could hold no relevance, and they are going to say it holds no relevance. So you just really never know.
Thank you.
Coming in red hot.
Thank you.
Welcome in, newbies.
Thank you for making it happen.
It's real easy, man. All right, let's pull up the video from the backyards that SF released.
Thank you for making it happen.
Where is it?
For making it happen.
This one. Yeah, this one here.
For making
All right, we're going to blow this up.
Thank you.
Welcome in, everybody.
I want to say thank you for making it happen.
Mrs. Up.
So again, this is Jay for Justice Podcast. She's linked in the description box and in the chat box. Please go give her a like and subscribe.
Upper Thigh, thank you for gifting a membership. Ben George's Upper Thigh, thank you. It took 3 times for him to notice that person. Cheech Brown, thank you for being a member for a month. I love your laugh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bobby said her sister lived on the other side of Proudfoot's. Who is the sister? Why did she move? Yeah, I don't know when she moved, but Bobby said she has traipsed over that ditch hundreds of times to go to her sisters in the past. Olivia, if a child was missing, I'd bring my kids in instead of sending them to search. Right. And Bobby said she didn't even know that this kid existed. She didn't even know who Sebastian was. But she had her kids out running around when God knows what happened to a child in the neighborhood the night before. But Bobby wants to sit there and say that, it was this blob that she's...
All right, I'm going to speed her up a little bit.
Bobby's backyard. All right, I'm gonna let you guys listen to SF.
Coming through from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. the morning of the 26th. I'm zoomed in because of privacy reasons. This over here on the left, I'll just say this is Bobby's house over here, and I want to maintain as much privacy as possible. But at the same time, I'm interested in finding Sebastian, and I'm going to go to whatever lengths it takes. This I'm zoomed in, so you can't see the timestamp. You're just gonna have to trust me. There is a timestamp. Right now it's showing 7:33. I'm gonna back up, but they're all in sequential order. You're just gonna have to trust me that I'm telling you is the truth. So if we go back closer to 6 a.m., I might have to break this up into a couple of videos too, because of Twitter. And I don't do videos. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just doing this raw. I haven't planned this out. This 6 a.m., he's not even called in yet. As we get into 6:15 or so, you'll see here the first vehicles of construction workers start to arrive, and this is about the time he's called in. You'll see more people arrive. What concerns me, and the reason for making this video, is what will start happening as we get into the 7 a.m. hour. These you'll start seeing coming from up here. These large construction vehicles, I don't know what the hell they're called. I'll call them dump trucks and loaders, are working, and you'll see them. See here they're coming in there, taking loads of dirt to the retention pond area over here, and they're dumping it. And this is going on constantly. And we know with autistic children and teens, they have a tendency to hide. And we've also gotten new information not too long ago that we did not previously know about, that Sebastian had been hiding recently. And so this is concerning. If he ventured back to this area and went to a corner of, a pond or a dirt pile to hide and saw people moving around, very quickly something tragic had happened, like a load of dirt being dumped. I also want to show you.
Now, I can say my husband works at a rock quarry, and sometimes when I go pick him up, they have those trucks that are moving the dirt and things like that, taking rock. I've got a picture of him standing by the tire. My husband is 6'3" tall, and the tire is taller than him. Those trucks, they look very small, but they are like gigantic. When you get up close to them, because I have to drive down towards the pit sometimes to go pick them up, and they have to call me on the radio because, like, if one of those trucks was coming up, it would, and it like ran into me, like it would run over my whole entire truck and kill me, and they wouldn't even know because they're just so large and the tires are so huge. I mean, the tires I think are 7 feet tall, like if you go straight across, so they're huge and they look really small. And think about, with tires that big and the truck that big, how much dirt they're dumping in. I mean, that's a really scary thought.
You, like I said, this is the retention pond area. We all know Max went over here. I'm going to show you Max. Let me set this up so I don't infringe on their privacy as little as possible.
Okay, now he's moving over towards Bobby's backyard.
Stop right there. This is the dirt road. So we're looking out. If we're looking out over this, we have our back to Kellen right now, right? So Kellen would be a road like this, running this way, and this is the dirt road into the new. It's now paved, but it was dirt at the time, into the new subdivision right here. Max comes up in an SUV that parks over here and gets out, and I'll show you start working. I'm going to start a new video on that though, because of the size. But okay, so let me get to the area where the time frame when I've been marked here, where Max is going to.
Welcome, none of your business. Thank you for joining us today.
In real time while I talk. Let me start to play ahead.
Yeah, Rachel, they are absolutely massive. Like, it's scary. It's scary. Like, I've seen them up close and personal, and they're very large and very off-putting. I hope that everybody's feeling okay and doing okay. Lena, yeah, Chris is a crane operator. But I don't think that I know he wasn't working there, so I don't think it would have any relevance. He might be familiar with some of the equipment, but I really don't think that would have any relevance to this, unfortunately. It would be easy to say, this person did it and we know, but to be quite frankly honest, I think if any of the parents were involved, there would be an arrest by now. That's just me. I don't think that we're going on a year now and one of these parents did something to this child and they're not been arrested. Like that would be the easiest thing to figure out for law enforcement. I think it's something, I personally think somebody lured him out of that house somehow, maybe by saying, I've got this Minecraft code that I can give you that nobody else has, or I can give you Roblox. We see it all the time. We just talked about Maddie's chorus teacher who lured kids with the Roblox thing, and he went outside and thinking that, he was just going to grab something from somebody. I think that that explains why he could have been barefoot. Like, if you're just running out to your vehicle to grab your phone charger, you might run outside barefoot, grab your charger, and come right back in. I think it's the same theory. He ran outside barefoot because he thought he was just going to grab something from somebody and come right back in. And unfortunately, they grabbed him. That's my theory. Again, if it's somebody who has no connection to the family at all and he was contacting them some other way, that would again explain why a year later they have nothing. I think, again, like I said, if it's the parents, they would have been arrested by now.
Okay, so what you're going to see is Max and Max's handler appear over here. Max's handler is actually right there, get on the SUV. Max, you're going to see him clear here in a minute. There's Max walking here. There's his handler. There he is right there. He comes down. He came in an SUV. He's not a tracking dog. He'll pick up sense of humans. He's like a police dog. He's a force protection dog. He's not been scented. They haven't given him a scent article, I don't imagine, because this is very early. So he's picking up any scent. But
maybe
later. See, he's not tracking a line definitively. What they're going to do is they're going to wander up here, this is like the dirt road area. that goes up and arcs over and then comes to where this temporary parking lot is, and then downhill, and eventually the pond that he goes in supposedly is down over here.
And RJ, thank you. BHB should ask SF for
So
breaking news
down
lessons.
over here, this cemetery over here with this tree line. So, you know, this is basically, you know, what happens with Max. Even Max is while he is doing his thing. I mean, these loaders and trucks, see one coming right here, are, I mean, I would have been, as a handler, I would have been terrified to have Max running around in that. I do not fault them at all. This is very early on. I think Ken Wagner and EMA did an amazing job with the search and continue to do an amazing job. I'm not.
There's just a couple more minutes of this left.
Here's why I'm making this video. Besides getting things back on track, getting the discussion back on Sebastian, if there's any search and rescue operators out there, or if Sumner County EMA has ground penetrating radar and they're specialists in using it, I think this area needs to be swept with ground penetrating radar in case a tragedy happened and a dump truck accidentally put a load fill on top of him. It's tragic to think about, but we're 10 months in, and we got to think about every option out there. And the reality is, we all know that, you know, worst case scenario is an option. We hope that it's an abduction and somebody has him, and law enforcement will find him and get him back. But in the meantime, before they,
yes, Bobby's the neighbor down the street,
and they're pouring all this cement. You can see.
Hey, Shauna Banana.
You know, there's over here. They're still working over here. You know, it's something that that needs to be done. It's something that makes sense. And I'm not an expert. We do have access to a ground penetrating radar. I've never operated them before. I'm not an expert in ground penetrating radar. I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. We'll wing it if we have to. But if there's other experts that can make themselves available, or if Sumner County EMA will do this is a plea to say, listen, before they pour more of the cement, before they put more of these houses over here, wouldn't it make sense to check this area with ground penetrating radar?
Bitch Franklin, yes, I mean, a lot of homes have been built.
These trucks ran all day long, and I get it. Like, I get why it didn't get shut down right away, but it's, you know, it's a possibility. So anyway, I hope maybe this was a little bit informative, but I hope we can get the discussion back on Sebastian and finding him and the things that make sense to find him, the search theory and the search plan going forward.
And that's what's most important, right? Like, finding Sebastian. I don't think that he's deceased. I don't think that he's deceased, and we need to be searching for him. You know, we need to be looking. We need to share his poster like I did earlier, and I'll do again before we end the stream, because it's important to be looking for him. I do think he's still out there. I do think he's still alive personally.
Keep it about Sebastian.
All right, so that is, again, this is the backyard of the same home where we got the footage from the front today. I'm pretty.
Okay, that is J for Justice podcast. I'm gonna go back to the video one more time, and that is also from J is for Justice, and then we'll talk about what the news and SF has said about the video. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, Basil. Hey, baby. We need playlist. All right, so we're going to look at this video one more time and see what y'all think. This again is from J is for Justice podcast. Please give her a like and subscribe. She's pinned in the comment section and in the description box.
Let me read the article to you.
Hold on, I got it sped up. And she talks fast. All right.
It says here that a private investigator hired by Chris and Katie Proudfoot says a new video can help. That could be a break in the search for the missing teen. Fisher said that in the video, AM.
Okay.
On the night he disappeared. He says that person appears to hide behind a car when someone walks a dog nearby, and then the person takes off in the opposite direction. Fisher talked about the significance of this video that the public hasn't seen until now. So what we found, he said, we went through over 100 hours of surveillance. There wasn't until the third pass through on the surveillance that we even spotted this person. And there's a person at 12:17 a.m. in the same neighborhood. It appears that they're trying to stay out of sight of another person that's walking their dog and then doubles back after. It's clear and goes back towards the construction zone where it was believed that he may have been. It's very hard to see because the person's wearing all dark clothing, which is believed Sebastian was wearing.
Yeah, Basil is here. He's laying on the bed. He came up to get some attention. Excuse me. Rachel said, I personally trust FS because he has lots of experience and equipment and has a history of finding missing people. Yeah, I trust what he seems to have found a lot of footage. Oh, you're good, Hio. You made me I freaked out about what you wrote in back chat. Okay, anyway, yeah, I honestly don't know what to think either, Teresa. I think it holds relevance, but it could be just me wanting it to hold relevance, that it might not.
Fisher said that the person in the video appears to be a thinner person, making it hard to see them. What we would like to know is if this person is accounted for. Does law enforcement know who this individual is? Do they even know about the person in the video? And if they do, have they accounted for who that is? He told WSMV4 that the TBI has a copy of the video. After requesting comment, the TBI referred WSMV4 to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office was contacted for comment. Presently, there is an active Amber Alert for Sebastian. Hundreds of hours have poured into finding him, including ground searches, drone mapping, and use of scent dogs and scouring surveillance video. So what's next? Fisher tells WSMV4 that waterways will be searched using underwater remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, with high-definition cameras. Take a look here. Let's play this video for a second. See what we got. Can you guys see it okay? I mean, obviously it's the full screen, but let me know if you've hit that like button too. All right, so check this out. Look over. I'm gonna get my drone too. You can see the cursor, right?
Hio, I messaged you.
Hey, Sailor, welcome in. Hey, Jammers. Hold on.
So it's hard to see and it's real quick, but again, watch right here. This light, this house. We saw that where she laid it out. The Jeep is in front of Binocular Bobby's house. This is the neighbor's house, and somebody's running through here. It's real hard to see and very quick. Just pay attention where that mouse is.
See right there?
They
Did you guys
just
see
ran
that?
past.
Okay, watch really carefully. Up by that house there with the light on. Hey, Canvas. Hey, True Crime and Celebrity News. Hey, Snowflake. Hey, Paul Cremo. Good to see you. Hey, Spoil Rotten. Hey, Rebel. Yeah, just keep watching. I'm just letting it play.
It's hard to tell.
See right there?
Did you
Did
see
you
him
see that
run?
person right there? Watch again. Keep your eye on that in front of that house with the light on. Did you see him run across?
I don't understand how somebody is running across at 12:17 in the daggone morning, the night he went missing, and it's not relevant. I mean, again, it could be me not wanting it to hold relevance. I want it to hold relevance so bad, I just can't stand it. I think it holds relevance. I do. And I'm probably going to think that no matter what somebody tells me, because I just want it to be relevant so bad.
Did you see that shit? Wow. All right, let me
You
slow
see
it down.
again?
I'm going to
Just pay
slow
attention
that
to
down to
that
half
house
speed.
and
Now
you'll
watch.
see it.
See if you see that person run across. It's not the Proudfoot home. This is from Kellen Lane. This is by the construction site. This is right next door to Binocular
see
Bobby. You can see it? Okay, keep watching. Yeah, they're
Right
running,
here.
right?
They're running. Right. So who's running at 12:17?
See, did you see that too? See that again?
Right there.
Watch. Watch right here. Right there. They're like right in the between. See this vehicle? That's a Jeep.
They're right here.
Yeah, this is Bobby's house. Like, this Jeep is parked in front of Bobby's house. This is Kellen Lane, right in front of Bobby. Like, this is Bobby's next door neighbor. The Jeep is parked in front of Bobby's. Yep. You can see it, Gold Dust? Okay, keep looking. I'm playing it again. We're not done with it yet.
Heather Wells said, wasn't it proven a guy was walking his dog? Nothing to see here. Been discounted as far as I know. Yes. I don't know if it was proven that somebody was walking their dog, but that's what everybody says. But from what I heard, this person appears to be hiding from a person walking their dog. I don't know. I just want it to be relevant so bad that it's probably my personal feelings getting more involved. Stormy nights and fireflies. Good to see you. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to leave that at that. I'm going to ask us not to talk about like the Lore Lodge and the parents and Tony, and I've got to talk about SF, but because there's just so much drama involved. I try to keep the drama down, and I appreciate that. You guys have been doing really good. I appreciate it. Right, Rachel?
Yeah, you can see them walk across there, and then they run back past. I don't think there's any sidewalks in there.
Right.
I'm a puffin muffin.
Pamela said, well, they definitely aren't walking a dog. Right. Like, I don't understand how you're running. Somebody said the dog might have got away and they ran to catch it, but I don't understand why you're running across like that and you're supposed to be walking a dog.
Yeah, her son has a Jeep, and so does his girlfriend, Autumn, the one that gave Sebastian his certificate.
Okay. So I screenshotted what SF Investigates has put on X about this, and so we're going to pull that up real quick. I think it starts with this one. Okay. Let me pull this up so y'all can read it or see it, and we'll read it, and then I'll grab the news articles. Okie dokie. SF Investigate said the surveillance video released by the media was met with a vague response from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, which failed to clarify whether all individuals present during that time frame had been accounted for. The ambiguity itself is strange. I was shocked by the admission that it took 72 hours to retrieve surveillance footage from immediate neighbors in an Amber Alert case, but that is a separate issue. Remember, they dismissed Green Hoodie person, and rightfully so, but then they said they tracked down and thoroughly interviewed the person. The real question and the real purpose of this discussion is to ask Sumner County Sheriff's Office and their state and federal partners why they have given up on the search for the Sebastian Rogers. I hope they haven't. That's what he said. Tony Mathis has made it clear to multiple media contacts that he has been told exactly what Sumner County Sheriff's Office working theory is, and that he is briefing with them daily. But regardless of their theory, if one even exists, Sebastian's still out there. No matter the circumstances of his disappearance, he still needs to be found. Where were all the searches that were supposed to ramp back up last fall? I was brought in to help locate Sebastian. While much of the world is playing detective, fixating on theories about what they believed happened to him, I've always left that to law enforcement. My job is to find Sebastian, and it would be helpful to have the support of the agencies that should be leading this effort. Sebastian did not evaporate from this earth. Whether he is alive or has tragically passed, he still needs to be found. Is it too much to ask for a clear briefing on the efforts to find him instead of an ambiguous, dismissive statements, or are there simply no efforts to report? Our questions about the 12:12, 12:17 a.m. and other individuals present during that time frame are legitimate concerns. The blanket statement from Sumner County Sheriff's Office raises doubts about whether they have actually accounted for each individual. But the bigger question remains, why aren't you actively looking for Sebastian Rogers? Where are the search efforts that were promised? I hope these questions are not too ambiguous for you. Though, to those claiming that all surveillance footage released by the media shows a person walking a dog, that is not the case. The individual walking the dog appeared 5 minutes earlier. I have attached a portion of that clip for reference. Our entire point was to ensure that the 12:17 a.m. individual is not mistaken for the 12:12 a.m. person walking their dog. We have already spoken to the person walking the dog, and they were not even on the same street. They were walking on the street perpendicular to Kellen. Also, the clip shown by WSMV was sped up by them. The Fox clip is the actual speed. So we'll look at that. I think I have that. To clarify, the attached clip shows an individual exiting their front yard and walking their dog at 12:12 a.m. on a different street than Kellen. This is a different person than the 12:17 a.m. individual. Okay, so that's what SF Investigate said on X. Now let me pull up these two news articles that he is referencing and that I found about it. Hold on, hold on just a minute. I gotta get them from my email because I had to email them to myself. If I try to open up two things at once, my computer will freeze. Okay, so we'll go to this one, the Fox 17. Thank you, Heo Sandra Firelight, for sending me this one. We're going to get that pulled up and give it just a second to load. Hey, Bogart. Got to give it just a second to load, and then it will be ready, and we can talk about it. Hey, Mallory, good to see you. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry, Michelle. I hope that you feel better and come back on a different day. Yeah, got to keep up the investigation. Hey, Rebecca. Okay, so let's see if this is loaded enough for us to be able to check it out. It said, this is from Fox 17, and it says, new surveillance videos released taken night Sebastian Rogers went missing. And it was released Friday. While that loads, I'll read this. It says, Sumner County, Tennessee, new surveillance video has been made public in the near year-long search for Sebastian Rogers, the boy with autism who went missing from his Sumner County home on February 25th of last year. It's still loading, so I'm trying to close out some of this stuff so it will load. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I hate this computer. I don't know if it's a computer or if it's my internet. It says Steve Fisher, a private investigator working with Katie and Chris Proudfoot, Sebastian's biological mother and stepfather, said the video appears to show a figure walking on Kellen Lane, a block over from Sebastian Rogers' residence. Fisher said it was taken at 12:17 a.m. the night Sebastian went missing. Quote, it's definitely a person, said Fisher. It looks like a thin person wearing dark clothing. Walks down south on Kellen Lane behind the vehicle and appears like he or she is trying to stay out of eyesight of the person walking their dog. They go behind this car for a little while. They turn around and come back the same way they came from. And it says 6 months missing. FBI offers a $50,000 reward for in Sebastian Rogers' case. Fisher said a person walking their dog has passed by moments earlier in the footage. The block is also near an ongoing construction site that Fisher said a tracking dog potentially hit upon when search crews canvassed the area right after Sebastian's disappearance. Law enforcement has the video, which Fisher says he used tools to enhance for a clearer view. Unfortunately, he said it's not likely the figure in the video could ever be identified. Quote, it took 3 times watching all the video before we found that, unquote, said Fisher. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office, working with TBI and FBI on the case, has said there have been no confirmed sightings of Sebastian since he went missing or significant leads in the case. Detectives have said they are leaving nothing off the table. This is an active and ongoing investigation. We continue to work with our state and federal partners. We will continue to seek a resolution in the case, says Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock in a statement to Fox 17 News. As for the new surveillance video, Sheriff Eric Craddock sent Fox 17 a news statement. Quote, law enforcement has had possession of the original video since 72 hours after Sebastian was reported missing. After thoroughly investigating this lead, we determined that it has no relevance to the case. However, Sumner County Sheriff's Office did not specifically respond to whether detectives have identified the figure in the video. So, if this one is loaded, we'll play it because it actually, it might pull it up on YouTube. It probably has no sound. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. We'll pull it up on YouTube. Yeah, now it's going to freeze. Okay, I'm going to pull up the other article real quick, and I'm going to try to pull that up from Fox 17 on YouTube real quick. We'll watch that a couple of times while we get the other article pulled up. Hold on, I'm pulled up my YouTube, and I'm searching now. Okay, I've got it. Hold on just a minute. All right, I don't think there is any volume to this. But again, we'll watch it again. They're going to outline the person running. So they've got the white light over the person moving. They've got the daylight overlay over it, like the circle around the person moving. I don't know. I thought they did. I could be wrong. Oh, yeah, they do. It's moving. Three Sides True Crime. Thank you so much for the support. Three Sides True Crime said, coffee for your hard work and no drama. Thank you. Hugs and high fives. Thank you. That was so very sweet of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. And thank you guys all for not having any drama. I really appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for being no drama. I really appreciate that. Although I knew the Speculating family would be drama free and loving to each other. But thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Three Sides True Crime. That was so sweet of you. So I'll let it play twice. Again, there's no volume, and then I'll work on getting this other article. I think this other one has SF talking about it. Do you see him now? It makes it a little bit easier to see. And I know you're probably going to get sick of me saying it, but I don't understand how it can hold no relevance. Again, it's probably because I just want it to be relevant so bad, but I'm not understanding how a video taken the night he went missing in the same description of clothes that he went missing in has no relevance. Because again, you can't just disappear into thin air like that. You can't tell me that he walked out of that house and evaporated. Somebody somewhere has him on camera. And I think this could be it, but that's just me. I'm going to play it again. Yeah, see, it's hard to see in the other videos, but you can see it now when that moves. It's real quick. So hopefully that made it a little bit easier for you guys to see.
Well, the pictures are hard to look at. Police in Pawnee.
About that case we talked about yesterday. All right. You had to give me just a second because I should have been better as a content creator and already had this pulled up, and I was working on getting it pulled up, but I had not gotten it pulled up yet. So we'll pull this up real quick. This is going to be from WSMV. Let me get it pulled up for you guys while it loads. You know, I try to be really nice and accepting to all of our law enforcement individuals, but it does frustrate me that Summer Wells is missing and that Sebastian Rogers is missing. I do have an immense amount of support for our people in blue, our police officers, and I hope and pray that they're doing everything that they can in order to find these children. But like, I'm not understanding how Summer Wells and Sebastian Rogers disappeared in the thin air, and there's nothing anybody can tell me. Summer Wells lived in an area where, you know, they might not have a lot of surveillance footage, okay, but Sebastian, this neighborhood is full of cameras. Like, I don't know, man. I was talking. Thank you guys for feeding Inspector BS. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Okay, so it says, private investigator says new video could be a break in the search for Sebastian Rogers. Hendersonville, Tennessee, a private investigator hired by Chris and Katie Proudfoot says a new video could help break the case in the continued search for Sebastian Rogers. The teen with autism went missing from his mother's Hendersonville home on February 26, 2024, and hasn't been seen since. He was last seen on Stafford Court in Hendersonville. Now, Steve Fisher says he's focusing on a new video that could be a break in the search for the missing teen. Fisher said that the video, if you look closely, there's a person in dark clothing walking in Sebastian's neighborhood at 12:17 a.m. on the night he disappeared. He says that the person appears to hide behind a car when someone walks a dog nearby, and then the person takes off in the opposite direction. We've seen the video several times. Fisher talked about the significance. I had one showing him talking about it, but now I don't know where it's at. Fisher talked about the significance of this video that the public hasn't seen until now and said, so what we found, we went through over 100 hours of surveillance. It wasn't until the third pass through the surveillance that we even spotted this person, and there's a person at 12:17 a.m. in the same neighborhood. It appears that they are trying to stay out of sight of another person that's walking their dog and then double back after. It's clear, and it goes back towards the construction zone where it was believed that he may have been. It's very hard to see because the person's wearing all dark clothing, which is believed to be what Sebastian was wearing, he said. Fisher said the person in the video appears to be a thinner person, making it hard to see them. What we would like to know is if this person is accounted for, Fisher said. Does law enforcement know who this individual is? Do they even know about the person in the video? And if they do, have they accounted for who that is? He told WSMV4 that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has a copy of this video. After requesting comment, the TBI referred WSMV4 to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation. WSMV4 has contacted Sumner County Sheriff's Office for comment, and they said law enforcement has had possession of the original video since 72 hours after Sebastian was reported missing. After thoroughly investigating this lead, we determined that it has no relevance to this case. There's Sebastian. Fisher said that the waterways will be searched using underwater remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs, with high-definition cameras. I thought one of them appeared to play him talking about it. Let me see if maybe this does.
Imagine knowing exactly where every project stands, who's overworked.
Well, I don't have premium on the websites for news, so I can't skip the commercial. Seeing what you guys are saying. Hey, Janet. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, I think it just shows the video again. We'll watch it one more time. And then we'll talk about Maddie Soto's memorial. It's very quick, just a couple of seconds. So you have to pay very close attention. Again, I personally think it holds relevance. I don't think that the police would say that it did hold relevance, even if it did. All right, I'm going to pull up this video I have from Madeline Soto's memorial. I haven't had time to go through all of it. They are going to talk about trying to raise money for this memorial bench that they're trying to put out for Madeline. I'm sure they'll tell you how to donate to that if that's something you want to do. I personally, we did our stream yesterday, and that's going to the school because I know she liked the school and she enjoyed her course and things like that. I would like to one day be able to do something like that, but right now we're a very small channel, so we do what we can. And I appreciate all of you yesterday for coming, hanging out, and just being part of her Memorial Day stream and remembering her. Okay, so this is a 40-minute video. We probably won't watch all of it. Hold on, and I'm going to get it pulled up where you guys can see it. I want to mainly talk about her best friend and basically see what people had to say about her. Hey, Bama Cat. So I am on another page, just like I was when I was reading the articles from SF. This is going to be from Jenny Esquivel Mendez in the Justice for Madeline Soto Facebook group.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming, all of you. We're having a few technical difficulties.
Their mic isn't that good, but she so far said thank you all so very much for coming. I'm glad that they did this. You know, I don't know anybody in Florida that's around from the area that could have been there or anything. I think it's really wonderful that they did that. Abellis, thank you so much for gifting 10 Speculation Station memberships. I'm going to try to see if I can get back into my live and see who those went to. I really appreciate that. That was so very sweet of you. So those were gifted to Monica, Trump's Trigger Finger, Deadly Queens, Queen Bella, Color Michelle, Puddin, Erica, Bama Cat, MB, and ES. Thank you. And if you guys were gifted a membership from Abellis, please tell her thank you. And thank you, Abellis. That was so very sweet of you. I'm going to jump on the crazy train and come pick y'all up on the way to Speculation Station. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was so sweet of you. Blue Giraffes asked, did any of Maddie's family showed up? I think an aunt on Tyler's side might have showed up, but I think that was it. Yeah, that's all I know of.
We want to welcome all the community members that are here, family members, friends of Madeline Maddie Soto. We're here today to remember who Maddie was. Maddie had been inclined toward music and arts since she was a child.
It makes me happy to hear that she's talking about the music and art, which is where everything we raised yesterday is going to go.
Seeing the videos of her dancing and running around, lighting every room that she was in, and lighting the life those around her. Maddie even danced to salsa music, which was celebrating her Hispanic heritage. She loved to sing, so when in middle school, she joined the chorus. She also showed interest in musical instruments.
See, that makes me happy because that's what I wanted to make sure that, you know, we did something to for the things that she really liked. Let me know if y'all can hear it, okay?
She would journal, she would draw, she would play table games and video games. She loved to talk. She loved to text. And she loved to make TikTok videos with her friends. She was also part of the volleyball team and all the activities that went along with that.
Oh, she was part of the volleyball team. I didn't even know that. Three Sides True Crime. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Three Sides True Crime said, "Oh my God, trying to get out the door and I hear Crazy Train. Y'all jump on this train and support this no drama true crime channel." That was so very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. That was so sweet. Thank you. You guys make it drama free, you guys, and I appreciate you all for that so much.
Maddie would have turned 14 years old today. She was approaching her adolescence, and as expected, she loved skincare and makeup and fashion. She was so beautiful. She had big, expressive blue eyes, and she had long blonde locks of hair. She was playful. She loved joking around. She loved playing pranks on people. Her sense of humor and her phrases were unique to her. Maddie also loved animals. When she would visit farms, she would hold them with such gentle, tender care. But then she'd let them down and chase them around and be playful as well. Amongst the careers that she showed interest in was becoming a veterinarian, and she wanted to rescue animals.
I think that's really sweet, and I'm glad that we're talking about Maddie and who she was.
She was appreciative of nature and water, and I heard today that fishing was one of her hobbies. Her last picture can attest to her love for nature and water, as we remember her dancing in the sunset while waving her tassel in the air. She was full of life, and she was trying to find her way. She was looking for her own personal identity, as most teenagers do. She even had a fake nose piercing that she would wear. She was just trying to find her place. She would steal her friends' hair scrunchies, and so at her late memorial,
Veronica, I think that her aunt went, and then there's her best friend gives her a poem, I do believe. I'm not going to play the whole video. I kind of want to see about the poem part. I haven't watched it.
there were dozens of these scrunchies that were attached to the fence. And we were able to find out the reason was her friends when they came to visit. That was their memory of her, always stealing their scrunchies, and so they left them there. So you could see those there. Those friends brought them as a sign of love and remembrance.
That's sweet.
They also brought many beaded bracelets and a picture of a turtle, because she loved turtles as well. Many Stitch figures were there, of course, because she loved Lilo and Stitch.
I have a Stitch doll that I sleep with. Veronica, an advocate from Facebook did this, and it was the public memorial Bad Girl.
And especially all the stuffed animals. As you can see, we have a sampling of what was at her memorial. This is only about 20% of the stuffed animals that were left for her in love. Maddie will forever live in our hearts. She will never be forgotten. Her legacy is taking form through love, care, and protection of children. So how do we deal with this loss, the loss of this life? If
Me
we
too,
turn
Corey.
to the scriptures, we find there was a man who was a prophet in the Bible, so he was very faithful. His name was Habakkuk. And he was very faithful, and although he had a lot of faith in God, he questioned God about justice. He said to God, "How long must I call for help, but you do not hear? How long must I ask for help from violence, but you do not intervene?" Further, Habakkuk says, "Therefore the law is paralyzed, and justice never carried out." But God answered him and said, "Look among the nations and pay attention. Stare in amazement and be astounded, for I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe even if you were told." Habakkuk wrestled with these questions, and he provided a bracing and encouraging example of how to trust God in the midst of difficult times, those that we may not fully understand. We're sure that true justice can come only from God. In the scriptures, we're promised that our future hope lies with him. When we read in Revelation,
Yeah.
and God himself will be with mankind, and he will wipe out every tear from their eyes.
Are we surprised that Jen didn't attend? I mean, to be fair, she might have been worried about public scrutiny, but I wish she would have attended. I hope she at least did something at her house for Maddie.
And death will be no more. Neither will mourning, nor outcry, nor pain be any more. The former things have passed away.
I agree with what y'all were
I'd
saying.
like now to introduce a friend of Maddie's to read Maddie's poem. LG.
Ooh. This is one of her friends from school to read her poem.
Maddie's poem, dedicated to Maddie, written by I.S. You were pretty, you were kind, you were everything I liked. I couldn't be sad around you, even if I tried. You were the sun, society is the moon. If you told us, we all would have believed you. I miss you so much. But I feel pain knowing you're doing fine up above. I'll try not to cry, I'll try not to shed, but I'll always be lucky you are my friend. I'd like to introduce Beth Bendel with a musical tribute for Maddie.
Look how little she is. That's one of her friends from school. It's one of the ones we heard in the interview.
Hello, everybody. My name is Beth Vandal, and thank you guys for coming out here today. This is my cover of Dancing in the Sky. We chose to sing for Maddie today.
Okay, so they play a cover of Dancing in the Sky. I'm not going to play that. I think that from what I heard, the most important part was the friend reading the poem. Like, I don't want to play the whole thing. Let's see what this woman has to say.
Can you hear me? Yeah, very good. Thank you so much for that beautiful song. Greetings, everyone. As community advocates, oftentimes we do not know those who have been assisted or advocated for.
I appreciate this woman and her community advocacy, but I need to study more about her. I kind of wanted to see if the family speaks. I obviously wanted to hear about the friend speaking. Let's see who this person is. I kind of want to hear about what the family has to say.
Had gone through.
and friends.
and her family.
My name is Heather Thomas, and I met Jenny through
I sure will,
Madeline's
Abellis.
case. She reached out to us expressing interest in adding my beloved nephew Dalton to Maddie's legislative project, for which we are very grateful. As you all know, Maddie has shed light on many angels out there, our precious Dalton being one of them. I lost my nephew Dalton Miller when he was just 15 months old. I was his maternal aunt.
Okay, that's about another child that was lost, and I'm very sorry for her loss. And I think that it's important to talk about those things. However, I don't want to get in trouble for playing this whole thing, and I don't feel like I need to play that part in order to get the relevance. Of course, I will link this in the description box, and you guys can go watch that. But I want to kind of keep the focus on Maddie mostly about this. The main thing I wanted to take note of was the poem that her friend wrote. And then I don't know who this is. Let's see who this is.
Good afternoon, committee members. Thank you so much for getting together here one more time for one of us. We're humbled by the opportunity given to us to accompany you all this day in sentiment and action. Nuevo Sendero has always been attentive to the many needs stemming from our communities at risk and disadvantage.
Okay, that's another advocate or something to that effect. So yeah, I'm probably going to end it here. Oh, wait, there's an officer. Let's see what the officer says.
Thank you, everybody. On behalf of the St. Cloud Police Department and every member of the city, we're heartbroken over this. This is Maddie was taken away from us way too soon. These things do happen. Our law enforcement partners work tirelessly to investigate these things. To not discuss the role of what we were involved in, the St. Cloud Police Department had a role in this investigation. And
so he's from St. Cloud, the St. Cloud Police Department.
To bring this person to justice. So, without speaking too much more on that, I'd like to read the letter from our mayor, Chris Robertson. Dear
Letter
friends
from the
of
mayor.
Maddie Soto. The Central Florida community was shocked and saddened 1 year ago by the loss of a beautiful young girl known by many as Maddie. Although she was not personally known to me, or by many, may not have known many of you, Maddie's story serves as an unfortunate reminder that abuse and violence against children may come from the hands that are entrusted with loving them the most. This remembrance service for Maddie is a caring and loving way to celebrate her life, along with the lives of all children who have shared a similar fate as hers. Our community shall always strive to be a safe, loving, and nurturing environment for all children, never forgetting those children who have experienced horrific acts of violence. The children in our community shall forever feel unconditional support, and their voices will always be heard. It warms my heart that so many have placed great importance on this issue and have pledged to protect the defenseless children of our community. I fully support all efforts in creating
Cajun GTSY means good to see you.
a remembrance bench bearing the name of Maddie, honoring all children who have been neglected or abused. Sincerely, Christopher Robertson, Mayor, City of St. Cloud, dated February 22nd, 2025. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm gonna see if we skip ahead if there's anything else. I don't want to play this person's like complete
warehouse with more
stream because I want you guys to go check this out for yourself. I will link it in the description box. And I skipped through also because I like to keep the focus mainly on Maddie. I pray that justice prevails for her. I'm genuinely concerned about some of the motions being entered, but you know, they get entered in a lot of cases. Hopefully they won't get granted. I am going to have to go because I do have to go to the grocery store. I have to be back to walk the dog and things like that. So I'm going to have to go. I know the stream wasn't very long, but we will be back tomorrow. So I requested jail phone calls between Leilani Simon from the time period of the trial. So I do need to go through and redact some of the names in there, some of the names of the grandchildren, but I think we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I didn't have long today, but I did want to come and talk to you guys about this. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. I appreciate everything they did for Maddie, and thank you guys so much. Thank you, most importantly, for being really awesome and amazing while we discuss the new evidence with Sebastian Rogers and not creating a bunch of drama. Like, I can't express how grateful I am for that to you guys, because I've not been in a chat where they talk about Sebastian Rogers and there's not a bunch of drama and people getting mad and angry. So I really can't express to you how grateful I am that you guys were so awesome with that. I hope everybody that's not feeling good feels better. I love you all. Thank you so much. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.